You said January 6th changed a lot of things, changed the world. Like, were you among the many members who was like petrified, terrified, afraid for your life on that day, or no?
I didn't fear for my life, but yeah, there was a moment where, I'm in my office, I'm armed, and I kind of think maybe I'm gonna have to use my gun, because we didn't have an idea of how much has been breached, how many people are in, and it was part of the confusion of the day. But I actually took my gun to work that day, which I usually don't do on the Capitol complex because there's enough police officers, and I told my staff to stay home that day because I predicted this for weeks. All you have to do is look at Twitter, look at the words of Donald Trump, look at the words of his supporter, and I could come to no other conclusion. I didn't necessarily know that they were going to go into the Capitol and do what they did, but I knew there'd be violence.
You normally don't take your gun to work.
Right.
You took your gun to work on January 6th because you thought there might be a need for it.
You can only have to see so many death threats against you on Twitter to know maybe they're going to be serious, especially when people are like, I'm going to be there. And then when this whole thing started, hey, @Rep Kinzinger, where are you? We're coming, right? That kind of stuff. You're eventually like, hey, I have the legal permission to carry. I usually carry at home. I'm going to do it here.
So like you were in your office armed and thinking there was a chance you might have to use that weapon?
This thing happens. I see the Capitol breached. You see people pouring in. We don't get a lot of information. I mean, anybody that's probably supposed to be emailing us the information on the alert system is busy actually defending the Capitol. And you know that there's, tens or hundreds of thousands of people at that march. There's no other mistakable thought than if the perimeter is breached, they have free reign to everywhere.
You were sitting in your office like ready to somebody to breach the door? Did it get to that point?
For about a half hour, I was wondering if it may come down to it. And then you start to kind of get an idea that it's not. But, the whole time we're sitting there obviously wondering where the guard is, trying to figure that out. And it worked out in the long run, I guess, in terms of, democracy held, but there was a lot of carnage in the process.